A great actor or actress can succeed in any role, whether drama or comedy. The effort is minimal, or, at least, seems minimal, but the result is highly satisfying and often unforgettable. Here are some examples. The late Brower was an exceptional actor who could pull off just about any role, dramatic or comedic. His turn as Death. Frank Pembleton on the critically acclaimed, but largely under the radar, police drama Homicide. Life on the Street, 1993-99, earned Brower a Primetime Emmy Award. However, he also received a pair of Emmy nominations as Owen Thoreau Jr., the anxious car salesman on the TNT comedy drama series Men of a Certain Age, 2009-11. Then, he picked up 4 more Emmy noms as the stoically hilarious Captain Raymond Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 2013-21. The best and worst TV spin-offs. Subtly brilliant might be a good way to describe the Hollywood legend that is Michael Caine. His acting depth is endless, as Caine won 2 Academy Awards for his performances in the Woody Allen dramedy Hannah and Her Sisters, 1986, and The Cider House Rules, 1999, drama. Caine also earned Oscar nominations for the comedy drama Alfie, 1966, and the dramatic film Sleuth, 1972. Educating Rita, 1983, and The Quiet American, 2002. Never shying away from work, Caine also delivered efforts in comedies Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, 1988, Miss Congeniality, 2000, and Austin Powers in Goldmember, 2002. Carell might be best known for his television work, including, yes, the iconic Michael Scott from the American version of The Office, but his film performances have consistently been praised throughout his career. Whether continuing to refine his comedic chops, The 40-Year-Old Virgin and the Anchorman franchise, or excelling in dramatic roles, 2014's Foxcatcher and 2018's Beautiful Boy, Carell remains one of Hollywood's most entertaining actors. 25 blockbuster films that were downright awful. Carey's eccentric form of comedy, often physical, might not be for everybody. However, the laughs were aplenty whether on TV sketch comedy in Living Color, 1990-94, then via the big screen with Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, all which came out in 1994 and all of which were major box office hits. However, Carey earned his 2 Golden Globe Awards for more dramatic, yet still comedic, roles in The Truman Show, 1998, and Man on the Moon, 1999, not to mention his lauded performance from romantic drama Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, 2004. Cranston was beloved in comedic roles as the sleazy Tim Whatley, Seinfeld, or often over-his-head father Hal, Malcolm in the Middle, but when it comes to iconic and memorable characters, Cranston's Walter White from Breaking Bad was well worth the wait. Walter possessed plenty of flaws, but also we couldn't help but root for him because his new, illegal occupation of making meth was all about taking care of his family, at least at first. His turn as Walter White earned Cranston 4 Primetime Emmy Awards, 2008, 2009, 2010, and 2014. 20 Celebrities You Forgot appeared on Frasier. With Daniels, it really doesn't matter what type of role he's playing. The man is talented enough to pull off memorable comedic, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Something Wild, Dumb and Dumber, or dramatic, Pleasantville, The Newsroom, Godless performances on both the small and big screens. Daniels has built himself into one of Hollywood's most dependable actors, and he's shown no signs of slowing down. Where do we begin when it comes this legendary actor? The Godfather 2, Taxi Driver, The Deer Hunter, Raging Bull, Cape Fear, The Irishman. All classic and iconic roles, dramatic and emotional. Yet, De Niro has delivered some high-quality comedic performances such as those from The King Comedy, 1982, Midnight Run, 1988, Analyze This, 1999, and the Meet the Parents series of films. Then again, none of this should be surprising, since he's been doing it for more than 5 decades. No Words, the 20 greatest instrumental tracks ever recorded. Downey's professional versatility was never questioned, but his off-screen troubles put his potential in jeopardy early on in his career. But Downey turned things around and went from nearly succumbing to substance abuse to becoming one of the biggest stars on the planet. After an underrated comedic performance as Rodney Dangerfield's roommate in Back to School, 1986, Downey's portrayal of a well-off junkie from the 1987 film version of Less Than Zero mirrored his own personal struggles, which he would later acknowledge publicly. Downey's struggles with addiction hit their lowest point starting in the mid-1990s, and despite continued career success, including a Golden Globe in 1999 for starring on Ally McBeal, he was increasingly moving to more independent film work. And then, fatefully, he ultimately earned his career-defining role as Iron Man within the Marvel Cinematic Universe and became a major bankable star. Downey won an Oscar for his role in 2023's Oppenheimer. It might surprise casual movie fans of a certain age to learn just how multi-talented Fox has become. He got his start in comedy, with In Living Color, 1991-94, and then The Jamie Foxx Show, 1996-2001. Fox had already established himself as a big screen star by the time he became an Academy Award winner for Ray, 2004. Oh yeah, and Fox also happens to be a Grammy Award-winning artist, which should not be a surprise since he's often shown his pop, R&B, soul chops on screen. The most underrated rock guitarists of all time. Freeman is one of the greatest dramatic actors of all time, a 5-time Academy Award-nominated performer, who claimed his only Oscar to date from his stirring role in the boxing drama $1 Million Baby, 2004. He's also best known for memorable characters from Driving Miss Daisy, 1989, Glory, 1989, and The Shawshank Redemption, 1994. But Freeman is also remembered for playing God in the comedies Bruce Almighty, 2003, and Evan Almighty, 2007, as well as Vitruvius, another prominent god-like figure from the Lego Movie, 2014. A comedian at heart, Goldberg is best known for her award-winning roles in dramas The Color Purple, 1985, and Ghost, 1990. Goldberg, the longtime host of ABC's long-running daytime talk show The View, has also enjoyed comedy success on the big screen with films such as Jumpin' Jack Flash, 1986, Sister Act, 1992, and Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, 1993. Goldberg is also an EGOT recipient, for winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar and Tony Award to earn her place in that exclusive club of entertainers. 20 iconic TV shows that have zero rewatchability. Hanks drew attention to himself as comic actor in the 1980s, starring in the TV show Bosom Buddies, and then in big screen favorites like Bachelor Party, 1984, Splash, 1984, The Money Pit, 1986, and Big, 1988. An A-lister by that time, Hanks branched out to becoming a rom-com star and eventually earned his grandest accolades through dramas Philadelphia, 1993, and Forrest Gump, 1994, with 2 major Oscar victories. Of course, Hanks pretty much finds humor in every character, serious or not, which essentially makes him the most versatile actor on the planet. The legendary Hoffman has long been as versatile as they come in Hollywood. He's been nominated for 7 Academy Awards, winning 2 for Kramer vs. Kramer, 1979, and Rain Man, 1988. Films like those two, as well as The Graduate, 1967, Tootsie, 1982, and Wag the Dog, 1997, all showcased Hoffman's supremely iconic talent for balancing drama, comedy and romance, sometimes all in the same project. And he does it so subtly and impressively. 25 iconic films that also became successful TV shows. Like many others on this list, Keaton has done it all. The star of classic 1980s comedies Night Shift, 1982, and Mr. Mom, 1983, plus a hilariously underrated effort from The Other Guys, 2010, Keaton took his turn as Batman in the titular Beetlejuice, 1988, and played several acclaimed dramatic roles such as Clean and Sober, 1988, and Spotlight, 2015. After a relative lull in his career during the 2000s, Keaton proved he can still deliver an A-list performance with Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, 2014, for which he won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor. A pro's pro, Lithgow is certainly one of the greats. A 2-time Tony Award winner for his legendary stage career, Lithgow has also been nominated for 2 Best Supporting Actor Oscars for his roles in The World According to Garp, 1982, and Terms of Endearment, 1983, prime examples of his comedic and dramatic range. Of course, Lithgow, who also delivered memorable dramatic film roles in Footloose, 1984, and Killers of the Flower Moon, 2023, won 3 Primetime Emmy Awards for his part as the hilarious Dick Solomon on the NBC hit sitcom Third Rock from the Sunday, 1996-2001. He's still performing at a high level thanks to turns in Dexter, 2009, and The Crown, 2016-19, on TV, streaming, and shows off a bit of his physicality and dark comedic genius in 2024's The Rule of Jenny Penn. The 50 Worst Films from 50 Great Directors. Nicholson is known for playing some of the most impactful and dramatic characters of all time, from legendary films such as Chinatown, 1974, The Shining, 1980, A Few Good Men, 1992, and The Departed, 2006. However, his 3 Academy Award victories came via roles that perfectly blended his dramatic and comedic chops. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975, Terms of Endearment, 1983, and As Good as It Gets, 1997. That balance is why Nicholson is among the all-time greatest actors to grace the big screen. Love him or hate him, and for the most part, audiences love him, O'Connor's Archie Bunker personifies a television icon. From his cigar to his living room chair to his politically incorrect nature, Archie was truly one of a kind during the classic run of All in the Family, 1971-79, and O'Connor won 4 Primetime Emmy Awards for his performance. The character tamed down some during Archie Bunker's Place, 1979-83, but 5 years after that show O'Connor regained his edge as Police Chief Bill Gillespie in the network crime drama In the Heat of the Night, 1988-95. O'Connor's success continued in that form with another Emmy triumph, 20 Great But Forgotten Movies from the 70s. Pitt is more than a Hollywood heartthrob. Whether doing drama or comedy, Pitt has built himself up into one of the most successful actors of a generation, and he's still going strong. Pitt has been nominated for 4 Oscars, 12 Monkeys, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Moneyball and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All dramatic in nature, but Pitt's subtle comedic talent is evident. Then again, he's also highly entertaining in the Ocean's franchise of films and was nominated for an Emmy Award for his memorably hilarious guest spot on Friends. Streep truly is the queen of Hollywood, and perhaps the greatest actor of all time, regardless of gender. She can play any part imagined and seemingly pull it off without much work. In fact, she can turn even what appear to be mundane roles into something special. Streep has been nominated for more than 20 Academy Awards, with victories for dramas Kramer vs. Kramer, 1979, and Sophie's Choice, 1982. Of course, Streep has also been lauded for memorable comedic roles via movies like The Devil Wears Prada, 2006, Mamma Mia, 2008, and Julie and Julia, 2009. 20 characters who would make the absolute worst significant others. Thornton rose to prominence for his enthralling and disturbing performance in 1996's Sling Blade, a movie he both wrote and directed and for which he also won an Academy Award. 2 years later, Thornton was nominated for another Oscar for the neo-noir crime thriller A Simple Plan, 1998. More dramatic success continued with Monsters Ball, 2001, and Friday Night Lights, 2004, but Thornton is also quite funny, as evident from turns in such films as Bad Santa, 2003, and Mr. Woodcock, 2007, and the series Fargo, 2014-17. Moore played 2 of the more iconic comedic television characters of all time as Laura Petrie from The Dick Van Dyke Show, 1961-66, and Mary Richards from The Mary Tyler Moore Show, 1970-77. However, Moore proved she was more than a comedy star with her emotional performance as the domineering, grieving mother from the 1980 drama Ordinary People. Moore, who shocked some fans with such an unlikable role for America's comedy sweetheart, received an Oscar nomination for the role. Iconic actors who weren't the first choice for the role, but crushed it anyway. A legend of TV, stage and screen, Van Dyke has won Golden Globe, Tony, Grammy, Daytime Emmy, and 4 Primetime Emmy Awards. When it comes to television, Van Dyke brilliantly played the role of all-American husband and father, Rob Petrie, on The Dick Van Dyke Show, 1961-66, co-starring alongside the aforementioned Mary Tyler Moore. Then nearly 30 years later, Van Dyke enjoyed more TV success as Dr. Mark Sloan on the hit drama Diagnosis, Murder, 1993-2001. It just proved that no matter how old or what type of television genre, Van Dyke could find success in pretty much everything he did. As sad as it is that Robin Williams is no longer here to make us laugh, his brilliant comedic work will live on. Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, is undoubtedly one of the standout moments of his wonderful legacy and a role that earned him a Golden Globe. Of course, Williams's comedy genius began via television with Mork and Mindy, 1978-82. However, even within his lauded dramatic roles like Good Morning, Vietnam, 1987, Dead Poets Society, 1989, and Good Will Hunting, 1997, for which he won his only Oscar, Williams's comedy brilliance was also showcased. The 20 greatest covers of Rolling Stones songs. Known for her highly lauded dramatic roles from such films as Sense and Sensibility, 1995, Titanic, 1997, Little Children, 2006, The Reader, 2008, and Mayor of Easttown, 2021. Winslet can also deliver when laughs are needed. The Academy Award winner earned an Emmy Award nomination for her appearance on the popular British sitcom Extras, 2005, and a Golden Globe nom for her work in HBO's 2024 political satire The Regime. And let's not forget Winslet was praised for 2006's rom-com The Holiday, which some consider a modern Christmas classic. A multiple Golden Globe Award winner, Zellweger earned her A-list status with roles in Jerry Maguire, 1996, One True Thing, 1998, Nurse Betty, 2000, Bridget Jones's Diary, kicking off that series of films in 2001, the musical film version of Chicago, 2002, and won an Academy Award for her part in 2003's Cold Mountain. Those films alone showcase Zellweger's versatile talent. However, following a hiatus from acting, Zellweger truly returned in 2019, earning acclaim while starring in Netflix's What If, and played Judy Garland in Judy, for which she won her second Oscar. Did you enjoy this slideshow?